Welcome back, I'm Tedward, and today I'm experiencing the 992 for the first time. Thank you to Boston Motorsports for inviting me down to their store in Brighton, Massachusetts to drive this 2020 Carrera 4S. You guys know I'm more of a 2S kind of guy, but I think I'll take it. A lot of people who don't like Porsches say they all look the same, but the 992 is a massive departure from what we had been just seeing in the 991 generation. We have much more rounded features. This stripe across the back goes on all of the models, not just the 4S, and now they're all wide bodies. In fact, even these vertical slats are kind of a big deal in the Porsche community. If you're not a Porsche person, you just don't get it. But I have a couple gripes with it. Number one, wheels are getting too big, okay? Wheels are getting way too big. 20s in the front, 21s in the rear. I think it's unnecessary. Audi's doing the same thing, but that's me. I'm just an old man. Number two, these door handles, when we approach the car, they come out for you. That's fine. I'm an old man. I just like things to be static. But in an effort to be more sleek and aerodynamic, I can't really hold it against it. Now, styling-wise, I love this car, especially the front end, because this starts to take a lot more cues from the generation of 911 that I have. The G-body cars are a lot more square. So not only does the bumper come out a little more square, even this frunk is squared off like my 88 Carrera. Oddly enough, unlike my 3.2 Carrera, this 2020 has a 3-liter. It's smaller than my 88, but it's twin turbocharged and makes 443 horsepower. And I just love how practical 911s are. You've got nice big frunk space. It's deep. You can put a whole bunch of bags in there. And of course, you have the rear seats, which I am going to get in for you. These are not for adults. No, no, no. You would not want to bring anybody on a long trip in the back of your 911 unless they are a toddler. Holy cow. Okay, so yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I don't think, no adults back here. These are kinder seats. But enough of that. Let's go take it for a drive and find out if the 992 lives up to the 911 name. Absolutely love this analog tack. It is beautiful. It reminds me of the older cars from the 60s and 70s. Gonna limit my revs while we're in park. But let's just take it out. I want to know, Porsche puts their drive modes on the steering wheel like a little Manatino. I think that only works in Ferrari land, but we can go to Sport, Sport Plus. This is a rocket. This isn't the turbo. I mean, it has turbos, but it's not the turbo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cars have gotten really fast. One of the big changes on the 992 is that now we have an 8-speed PDK, 8-speed dual clutch transmission in this car. I am at 70 miles an hour at 1500 RPM. That is incredible. This should be able to milk out a little bit of fuel economy at speed. One of the best things about a 911 is that they're just so usable day to day. Yes, I am in an incredibly capable sports car. However, if I had enough money, I could just daily drive this and not really worry about it because it can handle the snow, it can handle the potholes. It does the job of a normal day-to-day car with a little bit of passion. Okay, a lot of bit of passion. Listen to this. The shifts don't crack off quite as hard as, let's say, like an AMG GT, but they come in fast. They come in furious. And remember, this isn't a GT car. This is not a GT3. This is just the 4S. This is what's like the normal guy's Porsche. You will never miss an opening in this car. If you want it, you can have it. Just point and shoot. I'm blown away. You know, I drove a 997. I know we're going back quite a few years, but I drove a 997 Carrera, just a base Carrera, not a GT car, not even an S. And I thought that had, you know, adequate power. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a lovely driver. It blows my mind that this is the level of speed we're at for the non-GT cars. Ooh, let's turn off this. There we go. A little bit of comfort. Rock solid. Oh, what an incredible chassis. Now keep in mind, this has 4-wheel steering. It rockets you on the turn-in. It's crazy. You've actually got to be kind of aware of that. It is natural, but you don't want to just chuck it. It'll grip and it'll go, and you want to make sure that you didn't just turn in too hard. Something really important about 911s is sound. You have to have them sound like 911s. And in Europe, it's getting trickier and trickier because they have to have particulate filters. And those particulate filters absorb a lot of the sound, and it's kind of taking away from the 911-ness. This still is certainly a flat 6. Turbos always took away from that sound. It muffles a little bit. So I'm impressed that they've still been able to get this. There's no mistaking that this is a Porsche engine. It's kind of wild that it can shift mid-corner, and it does that for you. It's doing it for you, so it doesn't upset the car. Still definitely a 911. When I lift it off, I could feel that tail want to step out just a hint. The thing I love about these newer 911s is that they really enable the car to move as one. Older 911s, you'd always feel this sort of like the front going first. It felt like you were moving about a pendulum and the fulcrum was way behind you. These feel a lot more, mid-mounted, and that's interesting. Let's find out how she brakes. These are the standard brakes. They are not carbon ceramics. Not that you really need the carbon ceramics unless you're doing repeated stops on a racetrack, which maybe not doing in a 4S, but let's just stand on it. Incredible. That's wonderful. And we'll be nice to these rotors. You don't want to just hot stop a car. It feels so much smaller because of this rear steering. All right, let's hear what this thing sounds like at redline. Little wet. Wow. What's crazy is how stable it feels. You can really stay in it. It's doing a lot of work, I'm sure, to make sure that in wet conditions it doesn't slip. But wow! First of all, no question about hooking up. You ask for power, you're getting it, and it's gonna lay it down for you. There's no drama, there's no wheel spin. This is definitely on that level of like too fast for a street car. I feel like that shift was a little unnecessary, PDK, but that's okay. If you want your neighbors to know you're home, just drive in Sport Plus. When you hit the brakes, they'll be alerted. Frankly, the biggest problem with these cars is that they're so fast, it's hard to enjoy them near the limit. I mean, the limits of this car are so high. I mean, that guy, I don't want to piss him off. I would look like a psycho if I just came past here at full tilt. So if you're somebody who likes to drive hard, you like to enjoy your car near the edge, this is going to be hard to do without getting very friendly with local law enforcement. There's a good bit of magic here, though, because while the car has outrageous limits, I mean, seriously outrageous limits, it's also really docile and normal to drive. Yeah, like, if you just give somebody this car, they'll be fine. Like, it's not a hard car to drive. In fact, it might even be boring. It might even be boring at low speeds. It doesn't have a whole lot of soul when you're just putting around. I want to do the creep test. It creeps. You let off the brake, it moves. This road is particularly good for testing out a car's damper system. It's pretty bumpy. It's not missing a beat. It's keeping us all four wheels planted. That's incredible. That's a pretty big deal when you don't lose confidence in your car in some wet, bumpy conditions. And look at this. This is all wet right here. We're just gonna launch it. We're just gonna go for it. Oh my God, I miss pandemic traffic. This is horrible. Wet launch. That is nuts. You really feel the old 911 vibe with the rear engine bias, but only when you lift off in a corner. I think the biggest problem with having cars that are this fast now is that everybody ruins your fun. On-ramps at 30 miles an hour are miserable. This is not enjoyable. This car is so fast, it's so capable. In order to actually use it at its limits, you've got to have wide open spaces. So if you live in a place where you can get those wide open spaces, or you're willing to go out early in the morning or late at night, then oh yes. But day to day, that just frustrated me. I wanted to enjoy this on-ramp and I couldn't. Oh my God, don't stop on the highway. We don't have to worry about that. What Porsche's done with this 992 is basically democratize speed. This is a businessman's supercar. If you put me toe to toe in this against like a guy in a Huracan on the street, I'm gonna just paint his backside, 100%. It's crazy how fast this is. This is not the turbo. This is a Carrera 4S. I don't know, man. I don't know. Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? Like, how fast do things get? I mean, when we go electric, we're gonna have even more torque and instantly. But, you know, the fact that this has these limits and it can do what it can do, this is nuts. This feels like a full-blown supercar, yet it looks like just the businessman's 911. So overall, I think this looks like a 911, it sounds like a 911, it drives like a 911. The purists are going to be happy with the 992. And oh my God, is it fast. This is 443 horsepower, and either it's the first time they've measured horsepower correctly, or it's the first time a manufacturer has been honest about that figure, because this feels like way more. This feels way faster than 443. I don't know what kind of magic wizardry they're doing, but this is a quick car. So thank you so much to Boston Motorsports for inviting me down to Brighton, Massachusetts to drive the 992 for the first time. Thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't care what anybody says. I like the little shifter. I think it's kind of nice.